Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. This is Evelyn's 5-month update. Are you 5 months? I really can't believe it. I know I keep saying that every single time, but it's just hard to believe she's almost half a year already. And I'm hoping she can stick with us throughout this video, but we will see. She's going through a little bit of a fussy phase. Of course, get subscribed if you like these kinds of videos, and let's get started. So she is going through her 5th leap. She's going through her 5th leap, which if you're not familiar with that, you can look up the Wonder Weeks app. That's what I use to kind of keep track of her development. Anyways, I can't believe how spot on it has been, especially the last few leaps. And so she's now hit leap 5, and some of the things that the app that I was telling you about, the Wonder Weeks app, will tell you like what are some of the signs that they're going through it, as well as the skills that they're developing. And leap 5 is all about relationships. So she's able to perceive relationships a lot better. So not just like with people, like she understands familiar and unfamiliar better, but also with like toys, and she likes to, you know, pull back the fabric and see what's underneath it. Or one of the things the Wonder Weeks app says is like, yeah, they'll try to like pull up the rug and see what's underneath it. So she's definitely doing that. They're way more curious at this stage, which is hard to imagine because maybe they're just so curious to begin with. But anyways, as far as relationships like with people go, that's definitely been noticeable. She has gotten a lot shyer than she used to be around other people. She used to just laugh and smile at anybody that would look at her, but over the last week or so, she has started to kind of cry if she is with anybody but us. So that's been a little different, and she'll kind of look at us like, what have you done to me? Why have you given me to this person? And she'll just start crying, and so it's a little bit sad, but I do know she does have to kind of figure out those feelings and figure out that it's okay to be with other people and have other people hold her and that kind of thing. So it's just stuff she has to work through. Definitely. So, but yeah, it's just something she will have to work through, so she's not just afraid, and that's something that the app talks about. So some of the things that the Wonder Weeks lists that she'll be experiencing, like signals as far as that leap 5 is upon us, is going to be she cries more than usual, she clings more than usual, she's grumpier more than usual, sleeps poorly, wants to feed more often or drink less, let's see, more bad moods. You want to be kept busy more than usual. Yes, if you can't tell, she's definitely already bored, and we've just started the video. We've just started. Haven't we just started? We've just started. But you're already bored, aren't you? So we'll see if you can last this video, won't we? So, let's see here. You want more physical contact than before. You have more nightmares. You're quieter than usual. Alright, let's see. Oh, this one she definitely has. You don't want your clothes or diaper changed. Yeah, she gets so annoyed when I get her dressed now, or even when I change her diaper. She definitely gets frustrated. I think it's because she's impatient and she just wants to explore and learn new things and play, and she doesn't want to stop and take the time to get her diaper changed or her clothes changed, especially her clothes changed. That's a big one. Let's see what else. Oh, you suck your thumb more than before. Oh, Evelyn. She definitely has been sucking her thumb. That's so random. Like, how does this app, how do they know? I don't know. But like I said, it's been so spot on. And she has begun sucking her thumb, and she's not a big thumb sucker or finger sucker, whatever you want to call it. But she definitely has through this phase. So it's so interesting to see, maybe she's just getting more mobility with her thumb, able to pick up smaller objects and that sort of thing. So maybe she just wants to really feel it out. And then some of the skills, this is where I've noticed some changes. So you pay a lot more attention to smaller details, or parts of toys and other objects. She's definitely very into the details right now. She will just stare at the details of her toys, or a tag hanging off her toy. She'll look at that. She'll look a lot harder at stripes in your clothes, that sort of thing. You lift up the rug to look underneath it. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Let's see, you puff and blow. Yeah, she's really been huffing and puffing. It says you huff and blow, and she's definitely been doing a lot of like huffing and puffing. At first I thought she was angry, but now I realize she's just actually trying out huffing and puffing. It's really, really cute when she does it. Okay, I think she does do it when she's upset too, but let's see. It says you try to fit one toy inside the other. She's kind of done that off and on over the months, but she hasn't like done it more than usual. And then you bash toys against each other. Yeah, she's already been doing that before. So, okay, those are just some of the things from from their 5th leap that you could experience with your baby. And now that we have talked about leap 5, let's go ahead and just talk about other things that's been going on with this current month. Finishing up month 4 and going into month 5 came with, of course, the sleep regression. I talked a little bit about that last time, and thankfully I think we pretty much made it to the other side of that. Her naps still sometimes are short, but as far as sleep is concerned, she's doing way better with sleep. She is actually sleeping through the night, so that's a big change. Good morning! Did you sleep all night without even waking up? So she is sleeping through the night for the first time. We have very, very gently been working on her sleep. We're not doing any harsh cried out methods or anything like that. Just very gently working on her sleep, and thankfully, and so right as she got towards 5 months, she has now been able to sleep through the night. She will sometimes wake up, but she'll put herself back to sleep almost immediately. So really, I don't even have to go in the room most nights. So she will go to bed around 7 p.m. and she will wake up in the morning around 6 or so. So she's doing about 11 hours. She's done up to 11. So she has done up to 11 and a half hours. So it's amazing. It's really quite amazing. Now if I can just wean myself off the baby monitor, then I'll be able to get some sleep myself. So with month 4 going into month 5, I realized I had to adjust her wake windows. So that's the period of time babies can happily stay awake for. She was at about 60 minutes up until about 4 months, and then she started fighting all of her naps and fighting going to bed, and so I knew she was needing to stay awake longer. So that transition was hard. She was really fussy and tired for a little bit as we started to extend those wake windows, but now she is staying awake about 2 to 2.5 hours, and then sometimes even 3 hours at the very end of the day before her bedtime. And then another thing, I'll touch on, since she did just put her pacifier back in, is she's able to do that now. She's able to put her pacifiers in and out. She loves practicing. It's one of her favorite things to do. And so I kind of just started letting her play with her pacifiers, and then she really quickly picked it up in just a couple of days. One of the things that kind of happens with the 4-month sleep regression is their sleep cycles, I may have talked about this already, but their sleep cycles become like adult sleep cycles. So they go from being about 60 minutes to 30 minutes, I think. So she wakes up literally on the dot at 30 minutes usually when she's napping, and then she will either put herself back to sleep or she'll stir at the 30-minute mark. She used to never stir until it got to 60 minutes. Now she stirs at 30, and she's either going to wake up or she's going to kind of drift back off to sleep. So that's been the challenge that came with the 4-month sleep regression. But now she knows how to put herself back to sleep. She's not every time connecting those sleep cycles. So sometimes we have days where her naps are only 30-minute long. But she's getting better, and we've had 1.5 to 2 hour naps on some days. A huge thing that happened right around her turning 5 months was we transitioned her into her nursery and into her crib for the first time. She was sleeping all the time in our bedroom. She was in the snoo, and we started off with the Halo bassinet for her first month or so. Then we ended up getting the snoo because she was not a great sleeper, so we were kind of desperate, and it didn't end up being life-changing for us in the way we hoped, but I did like the fact that it kept her safely on her back, and she did like the rocking motion. So I was a little concerned, like, how is she going to do going from the rocking motion to stillness of the crib, but it went great. I will insert a card here of our whole transition. I documented the whole thing on a vlog, just transition here into the crib. So if you want to see how that went on the first day, I did document it. But just make it long story short, it went really well. She didn't have any issues adjusting. She slept actually better in here than she has slept in our room. So I almost wish I would have made the change sooner. I don't know, maybe not, but I do think she was ready for it. And if you don't watch that vlog, then just to let you know, we did make the change because we felt, oh, your headband, okay, that's all right, we'll take that off. We made the change to the nursery because I really felt like her sleep was getting interrupted. My husband works nights and one of us is just always in there, and so she just wasn't sleeping well. At all, so I decided to try. Let's give her her own space. Come here. Come here. Alright, Evelyn was not happy, so I needed to walk her around the house a bit, so I'm going to try to finish this up on my phone. Maybe she'll be a little happier if I'm moving around. Plus, she can see herself on the phone, so I think she kind of likes that a little better. But, where was I? Yeah, I was talking about the transition to the nursery. I ended up doing that just because I really felt like she wasn't sleeping well, just because of people, well, my husband and I constantly being in there, just going in and out. He works nights, so he's sleeping during the day, so her naps were struggling. And yeah, overall, she just did a lot better in the nursery. So you can watch the vlog where I talk a lot more about that if you want to know more information about that. So one of the other things she started doing was rolling really easily from her back to her belly, but she hasn't been able to figure out very well how to go from her tummy to her back. She used to do it all the time when she was really little, but I guess since she's gotten heavier, it's gotten harder. I don't know. But so she'll roll over like that in her sleep, or not in her sleep, but during the night when she wakes up, or during a nap when I put her down. She'll roll onto her tummy, and then she'll be really upset because she can't get back over. Well, she can, but she doesn't exactly remember how every time. So, you know, that's the difficult thing, is you can't just go in there and roll her over every time, because then she's never going to learn. So I will sometimes go in there and replace her pacifier, but she's gotten a lot better with sleeping on her stomach now. So oftentimes if she can't figure out how to roll over, she'll just go to sleep on her stomach, and it's all good. One of the most exciting things that has happened recently is she now responds to her name. She knows her name. Evelyn. Hi, good morning. If we say Evelyn, then she'll often look up at us, so it's super cute to see that she understands her name. And yeah, she's really special to have her actually start responding to things. And then she's also sitting a lot better. So I know probably around 6 months, I think babies can start to sit on their own, maybe for a few seconds. I know every baby's a little different, but she is, she's making progress in that direction. She's definitely able to support herself better in the sitting position. So I used to have to hold her like under the arms when she was sitting, and now I can start holding her lower down, just like giving her a little bit of support around her like hips area or her waist area, and then she's able to sit pretty good. She also can lean forward. Oh, a bee just landed on my phone. Whew, get off. Okay, just a little bee. Probably won't hurt anything. What was this saying? Yes, she can also like lean forward and grab a toy and then lean back into the sitting position. So she's making a lot of really good progress with sitting. And honestly, I'm kind of nervous because once she starts becoming super mobile and she can get around, I'm definitely getting really nervous, because as soon as she starts crawling, I'm not going to be able to just like set her down and turn my back. I'm going to have to really keep a watch on her. So I'm starting to think about how in the world we're going to get this whole house baby proofed, if we will, or if we'll just use like a playpen and then watch her the rest of the time. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't fully figured that out. So if you're a mom and you have tips on baby proofing or just what you did to make it all work, definitely let me know in the comments. So this next thing is really interesting, but she has actually started saying some words. I mean, she's saying hey and she's saying hi. One time she said okay, but anyways, I don't know if she knows what she's saying, but she definitely does say hey and hi a lot. She started by saying hey to the dog all the time. Like when I carry her into the room, she'll see him and she'll be like, hey, hey, hey. Like she'll kind of like call out to him. If he walks away from her, she'll be like, hey, and trying to like get him to come back. So again, I don't really know. Does she know what she's saying at this point? I don't know. I didn't expect her to start saying words, and so I don't know if she's really saying words or just like to her they're just sounds, but it kind of seems like she's saying them in the right context. And now, like the other day, she started like, she would look up at me and be like, hi. So I've yet to really capture it on film. The closest I got, I'll insert here. Can you say hi? You laughing at me? Oh, grab the phone. Evelyn, can you say hi? Hi. Hi. Can you say hi? Almost. But it really wasn't anything. So she kind of was saying hi to me and I tried to like record it and then she of course stopped. So one day, I'm sure eventually I'll get it. But it is really cute, especially to hear her say it to the dog. So whether or not she knows what she's saying, it's super cute to hear. One thing I've noticed whenever she's going through a developmental leap is she gets a lot like this. Like she really has to be walked around the house to be entertained. But I think it's more than just that. Like I think with, you know, hitting the new developmental leap, she wants to explore and use her new skills and her new awarenesses to take in her surroundings, which is totally understandable. And so yeah, you just every day can be a little different with babies, but yeah, like I said, it's totally understandable why she would want to be like that. So sometimes it takes me by surprise though, and I'm just like, why does she want to be walked around so much? But I think that's really what it is. She just wants to explore, touch things, look at things in the house, and we'll spend a lot of time just going around and looking at different household things. Like she's more interested in that than in those things than she is even in toys, like touching the kitchen faucet. That's one of her favorite things ever. So yeah, that's something that definitely has come along with Leap 5, and just I've noticed with all of the leaps, she just really doesn't want to just sit still, but she wants to be carried around. So that definitely makes filming difficult for me, but it's totally fine. Okay, Evelyn just pushed the stop button. But anyways, I was gonna say that I'm sure if you're watching this, you might be a mom or a mom-to-be, so you probably totally understand that you kind of have to go with the flow with your baby because they do go through a lot of different changes. So that's gonna do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry the formatting was such a mess, but at least you got to see the outdoors with us and a cute little baby. I do try to include her in these videos because I assume you probably want to see her in these updates, and I didn't really want to wait till her next nap to film, so here we are. But anyways, let me know if you enjoyed it by giving it a thumbs up or leaving a comment below. Get subscribed if you're new, and stick around because I do plan to put out a 4-month sleep regression tips video, because there were some things I learned from that whole experience that definitely would have made it easier had I known them at the beginning. Evelyn is getting a little antsy and wants to move on to the next thing, probably to go touch some leaves. But we'll see you really soon in the next video. Bye!